Welcome everybody to Eden Prairie High School's preview night. We are going to get started. We have a packed agenda for you tonight, so we're going to do our best to stay on schedule. If this is your first time in a high school in a while, we will have bells ringing at the different intervals to help us keep on track. But again, thank you again for being here. As you float in, just to take a seat, we'll only be in this room for about 20-25 minutes before we move on for our whole evening, but I'm going to walk through all that for you. This QR code here, I won't walk in front of it. This QR code is a link to a website that has 3 sets of slides for you, including this introduction presentation. If for whatever reason the screen, some of the fonts a little too small, you can follow along that way. Or if you want it as a resource for later, if you scan this QR code, again, it will bring you to a website, and on that website it has 3 links. And they are the 3 presentations that you will be seeing tonight, if that is something that you would like to follow along with, if that is your style, or just something to reference later. I will give this a minute. If for whatever reason your camera's not catching this, if you just go to the main Eden Prairie High School website, you will be able to see the same link at the bottom of that page. But I'll give just a minute or so if anyone wants to grab this QR code for the slides. We will be sharing all resources later, of course, but if that helps you for tonight. It's kind of hard to see the crowd with the lights in my eyes, but I don't see a lot of other phones out, so I'm going to move along. All right, well, let me introduce myself, please. My name is Jason Anderson, and I am the principal of Eden Prairie High School. This is my first year here, and a little bit of background on me. I was a teacher for a long time at Brooklyn Center. I was an assistant principal at North St. Paul. But most recently, I was a principal at Bloomington Jefferson for 8 years. I really enjoyed my time, but a lot like you, I was at a spot where I needed to decide what I wanted to do next. And when Eden Prairie High School became something that was a realistic option for me, I jumped at it because of the reputation and the pride of this community and of this high school. So a lot like you, I might be in a spot where I'm deciding what I want to do next. Do I want to come to Eden Prairie High School? The answer is yes, you do. This is an amazing school and an amazing community. My main role as principal, amongst many things, is to be your advocate, to be your child's, to be your family's advocate. So that is my contact information. I am at your service literally 24/7. Now I do put do not disturb on my email and phone at 10 p.m., so don't worry about that. But if you have any questions, please never hesitate to email or call. If you don't know who to ask, send that question to me and I will either answer or get it to the right spot. Again, my job is to make sure you and your students have a strong experience, have a really strong transition from middle school to high school, and then whatever you need to make sure 4 years goes great for you. I do have my Instagram handle on there if you are interested in seeing some highlights behind the scenes, what happens here at the high school. Go ahead and follow me, and I do post the things that we do here, celebrations that we have both in the classroom and on the field and on the courts and that sort of thing. But this is an amazing school. Again, take it from someone that was been in a strong place. Eden Prairie is the top-notch school in Minnesota for a reason. I'm excited to be here, and I hope you are too. All right, tonight's schedule. This is on your handout, but we have 3 sessions after this introductory session that you are going to participate on based on your student's last name. It just helps us get it organized to roughly a third. But there are 3 sessions that, again, you're going to participate. The first is a presentation on our academic programming, and that is led by Associate Principal Victor Johnson. The other event, you're going to do student tours. So you're going to walk around our building and see what it's like, led by some amazing students. And then the last seminar that you're going to be a part of is around our activities, athletics, and student interest clubs. And that is going to be in our main auditorium down the hallway. Again, the rotation is built as such that once we get done with this introduction, you're going to go in groups of 3 and we'll rotate throughout the evening. And again, bells will help us stay on schedule. But again, you have this in this handout or this flyer here. All right, so you heard a little bit about me, but I cannot do this job without an amazing team. And this is, again, I've been a part of a lot of schools. I've been in education for over 20 years. This is by far the best administrative team I've ever been a part of. And I'm so proud to work alongside these folks. And again, all of our missions is to take care of you, your students, make sure they are valued, seen, and safe. Someone have to stand up and wave real quick. It's kind of dark, but we'll see how this goes. Our associate principal, Lamamba Ismail, is over there. Gentleman over there waving. Associate principal, Mariah Prignitz, down here. She's actually going to be on stage in just a few minutes. Associate principal Victor Johnson, down here. He will lead the academics presentation, so you'll see him on stage in a little bit. We have three strong and amazing deans. Ms. Trunzo, down here. Mr. Wolf, right next to her. Oh, they're all next to each other, all right. And Ashley Miller, Ms. Miller. So, it's a very strong administrative team. Students see us in the hallways every single hour of every single day, again, to support students and make sure that they are taken care of and they have what they need to be successful in high school. I could not be more proud to work with this team. If you have the honor privilege to work with these folks, I'm very proud. All right, so this is the journey. This transition from middle school to high school is a journey. And it might seem a little early to start talking about high school, but it is December, and as we all know, it goes fast. So this is phase one, and this is preview night. You are going to see high-level features of the high school and of the high school experience. What can you expect when you walk through these doors? That is the purpose of tonight. In January of 2025, our counseling team will visit Central Middle School to start to discuss the registration process. Then, in the end of January, early February, we are going to bring you back here for course selection open house. That's a super important event that helps you make sure that you and your students' scheduling and course registration is done well. So that's a very important event, so you can see all the different opportunities that we have here at the high school, and you can begin road mapping both freshman year and beyond on that night. So we will get that date to you ASAP, but it'll be last week of January, first week of February, somewhere in that range. Then in February, 2 weeks, 3rd to the 18th, our actual course registration window opens. We're doing a lot of support for you as you do that, but that's an important event or important time frame to make sure course registration gets done within that window. Then in spring of 2025, our counseling team and our administrative team will go back to the middle school to make sure that everything is tied up nicely and everyone is ready for the first day of school, September 2nd of 2025. Now, whether this is your first student coming to high school, or whether you're an experienced parent who's seen this process done a couple of times, know that our goal is to make sure that this transition is seamless, peaceful, and you're never left hanging with questions. Our district mission is to inspire each student to learn continuously so they are empowered to reach personal fulfillment and contribute purposely to our ever-changing world. And again, I've been in schools for a long time. I've never seen a school and a school district live their mission quite like Eden Prairie. This is an amazing community to be a part of, and we definitely live this mission. All right, we've talked some bigger picture, introduced leadership team. We talked about some district perspectives, but let's dial in a little bit about Eden Prairie High School itself. A phrase, a motto that we use here is set the standard. And what that means is that we are in charge of setting the standard that we expect. And at Eden Prairie High School, we set the highest of standards. That is why this school and this school district is the top in the state, because our standard is just that high. We ask the most of ourselves. We ask the most of our administrative team, our teaching staff, our support staff, and our students, because we know that those high expectations will bring out the best in our whole community. So we set the standard here at Eden Prairie High School. Another fact, Eden Prairie High School was ranked the #2 best high school in the state of Minnesota. Okay, again, I spent many years trying to beat Eden Prairie High School, and I decided I couldn't beat them, so I'm going to join them. And I'm so proud of this, and we're going to be #1, I know, within a heartbeat or two. But such a high rank, so many accolades, so many awards that comes to Eden Prairie High School. Our course catalog is over 500 options deep. It is the biggest course catalog in the state of Minnesota. There is no shortage of options that your student can pursue. There's no shortage of passions and interests that your student can pursue. Now, we'll get more into course registration options in that January-February meeting, but just know that there are so many options, so many things that you probably, as a parent, never knew that could be taken into high school. It's awesome. We have nearly 2,800 students, which puts us in about the top 10 of the largest high schools in Minnesota. 120 plus activities, fine arts, sports and clubs. Again, you're going to hear more about that in that session later tonight. And again, amazing school, amazing community, can't do without a robust and well-trained staff of over 350 employees. Good. All right, student achievement, some more features. 83% of our students participate in sports and activities. or athletics. And again, research shows that being involved in things outside the classroom adds to the collective experience, raises that well-being and that inclusivity, and so it's something we are proud of. We encourage our students. You're going to hear and get more about those opportunities that we have later on. Again, huge course catalog, including 40 advanced placement courses. 95% of our students pursue a post-secondary education of some sort. We take a lot of pride in guiding students in setting goals and then plan to achieve those goals. And again, this last one, 95% of students who attend EPHS graduate in 4 years. Now, you may not know, but I know that is one of the best figures that I've ever seen. That's an amazing achievement of 95% 4-year graduation rate. So that means that when they come here and we invest in you, you invest in us, you will leave in 4 years with a strong diploma, with a strong track record, and a plan to move forward. 99% of graduates say they are prepared for life after graduation. Adults in this room know how topsy-turvy adult life can be, the challenges that we didn't know were coming. So the fact that this high percentage of students feel that they were ready to tackle those challenges says so much, not only about the academic preparation, but that whole life of real-world preparation. Again, the overall arching, it's a big school, 2,800 people, a gigantic campus, so many different opportunities, but it feels smaller. It feels smaller than that based on this focus and intense support of each student as an individual. Again, when you come here, and just for me, I had the same kind of anxiety, like, well, this is going to be a big school. It doesn't feel that way. And I think that through the tours and through some of the things you're going to hear tonight and throughout this next month or two, you're going to see how personalized everything feels. Okay, you've heard me talk a lot. Okay, I'll go back, don't worry. So you've heard me talk a lot about some of these big features, but we wanted to show you what a day in the life of Eden Prairie High School is. We actually filmed this ourselves with the help of some professionals who can mix it, but this was filmed within the last couple of weeks. So this is real experience in the school from a high level. Oh, go ahead. No, that's wrong. There it is. No? Go back again. Go back a minute. There we go. That is what it's like to ride the bus, get dropped off, go to lunch, go to class, be a part of an amazing community. All right, so one thing we know for sure is that no matter if you're coming from one of our middle schools, a different middle school, or a different school altogether, this transition to Eden Prairie High School can be a big deal. It can cause anxiety, it can cause nerves, it can cause excitement, all that jazz. We want to let you know how important this transition is and how much we support that transition. And here to share some insights is Associate Principal Mariah Freeman.
Good evening. All right, let's talk a little bit about this transition. It's really well planned out at Eden Prairie. It starts with the ramp-up days. This takes place in late August. And the focus is really to come in, see the school, meet the administration team, get your school picture taken. Don't forget to walk around, check out the classes, maybe find your locker, and then leave with your technology because you will have a new computer by the time you leave. And so you'll come prepared. We'll make sure that you're ready to go, but really make these days a priority. It's an opportunity to get some questions answered and really lessen some of that anxiety that you may have. In addition, our upperclassmen, our juniors and seniors, they apply to be Link Crew leaders, and teachers who think they're good leaders, really the true students that set the standard at Eden Prairie High School, become Link Crew leaders. They spend their spring and summer planning freshman first day of school. They plan games and orientation and different fun things to do with you. They really are the guide and the first relationships of upperclassmen that you get to have. So we spend a lot of time with our Link Crew to ensure that they are prepared to support all of our freshmen when they come in. Most importantly, and really unique to Eden Prairie, is the first day of school is freshmen only and Link Crew members. So the day starts with breakfast, and then we head out to Aries Stadium, where you see in that top picture, where our super fans teach the students the cheers. It's a lot of meeting the administration team, get to know you teachers, all of those fun things. Then the day goes on where the students are able to take a walk through their class, meet their teacher, kind of figure out their pathway and how they're going to go around things, experience lunch for the first time, figure out how they're going to buy certain stuff for lunch, how that's going to work out for them. And then the day ends in a pet fest. And so our sports team students show up, we have the band there, and it's really a time to celebrate our freshmen in a opportunity to get them ready for the next day when everyone's there. And lastly, we have student centers. So we have 3 of these. They're broken up by alpha. In every student center is an assistant principal, a dean, a social worker, 3 counselors, and 2 admin support. So this is really to make this big school feel small. We go out of our way to make sure that our students in our student centers build a relationship with someone in that student center, so they have someone that they can go to. We take pride in our student centers. We like to have a little healthy competition and enjoy getting to know our kids. It's really something that we value. So it's really new this year, and it's something that's really proven to be really awesome as our teams have been able to collaborate and support our students all around. Wrong way. All right, that's the first little transition.
Thank you. All right, so we are going to be starting to transition. We are doing good on time. We're going to begin transitioning to the next phases of tonight's plan. So just to recap, and again, these are on your handout, student tours are going to be led out of South Commons. For all of these, if you're not familiar with any of the locations, we will have plenty of signage, staff, and student volunteers out there to help you find the right direction. But student tours are going to be starting out of the South Commons, and they're going to take you over the highlights of this large building. Academics is going to stay here. This is the PAC, so that session will be in here. And then athletics and activities will be in the auditorium, which is right down the hallway. Again, we'll have signs, signs, staff, and students to help you find which location is which. If you have some other needs, Welcome Center for enrollment. Perhaps you still have some enrollment questions. Counselors, we have a few counselors and cultural liaisons can all be found above the South Commons. They're at tables if you have any questions that might be fit for any of those 3 different entities. All right, so how this transition is going to work, I'm going to kind of start dismissing some groups one at a time. If you are leaving, do not leave anything in here. We will keep an eye on it, but I would best take it with you if possible. All right, so this next session starts at 6:40. And we will be leaving here in about 2-3 minutes. So, if your last name is A through G, or you need Spanish interpretation, you are going to be staying here. So you have the easy first move, you do not have to move. If your last name is H through N, or you need Somali interpretation, you are going to start in the South Commons with student tours. And if your last name is O through Z, activities, athletics, and student interest clubs, you will be moving to the auditorium. So again, this is what you'll be doing next in just a minute. But again, I want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. We know this is a big deal. This is your child, and this is the next 4 years of their journey. And we know how serious it is for you, and want you to know that how serious we take it on our end. So again, this will be not the last time you'll see me on stage, but again, thank you for being here. Much appreciated.